This is a really attractive fabric that is made up of purl stitches and simple stitches, so it is really easy to do, and it is great for beanies, scarves, etc. The alternating purl stitches and simple stitches produce hexagons, and not surprisingly this is known as the honeycomb stitch. For the honeycomb stitch you need an even number of stitches, so I'm going to chain 10, and this stitch is a 2-row repeat. So create a Tunisian crochet foundation row, and the link to the video about how to do this is above. So when the return pass of the foundation row is completed, there will be one loop on the hook. This counts as the first stitch. So now I am going to do a purl stitch into the second stitch from the end. So move the yarn forward with the hook, insert the hook under the front vertical bar, yarn over and pull up a loop. Now a Tunisian simple stitch, push the hook under the front vertical bar, yarn over and pull up a loop. And just continue the process of alternate purl stitches and simple stitches until you reach the end of the row. The last but one stitch will be a simple stitch because we started with a purl stitch. And for the final stitch, push the hook into the space that has been marked between the two vertical bars on the left side and the single vertical bar on the right. Yarn over and pull up the last loop. Now chain 1. As always, I like to mark the space for the stitch at the end of the next forward pass to keep the edge of the fabric neat and avoid any confusion about where to put the stitch. And simply do a normal Tunisian return pass until there is one loop left on the hook. The second stitch of the first forward pass was a purl stitch, so the second stitch of this second forward pass will be a Tunisian simple stitch. The next stitch of course will be a purl stitch, and just keep going with alternate simple and purl stitches until the end of the row. And just keep going until the fabric is of the required size. Incidentally, it is quite easy to know where to put the stitches if you forget what the previous row started with, because the simple stitch will go in the previous purl stitch, and this is has a short vertical bar, and then the purl stitch goes under the simple stitch with a long front vertical bar. This is the final return pass for this swatch of the honeycomb stitch, and you can see how the honeycomb pattern is building up really nicely. And you can also see how this is a fabric that does not curl.